How's it going, guys? So as usual, you might hear my ceiling fan. So with the Sorcerers, we did some grinding. So we are officially level 34. I went ahead and went into the throne room and the World Stone waypoints and all that crap. Got them all, pathed it all out, grinded out because strictly for getting our Hydras. We have Hydras level 4. Now with Hydras, we maxed out our Fireball. Let's see if we take our staff off here real quick. We do, what is that, 583 at maximum damage. That's because we don't have Firebolt maxed out or Fire Mastery. And Hydra's is also level 1. Now, Hydra's, I tested it out. They do decent. You know, when I was going against Travical or going against Mephisto, if I was to stack them up, they would just annihilate Travical. With Mephisto, they were pelting him down, just not enough to, I would say, recommend farming with them unless you max out Hydras first and then usually max out the Fireball. And when I did the throne room test, which we didn't kill Baal, so don't worry about that, I was testing out to see how far we get. We got all the way up to the Venom Lords, and after that, that's when we had to start kiting the enemies back and start spamming them with Hydras so my mercenary could slowly start picking them off and I could use my Fireballs. And that would do the same thing with List of the Tormentor because just him and the rest of his boys are just going to annihilate my mercenary. But overall, we cleared it out pretty well. So we're getting the Diablo 2 recording in first, and then we're going to get an Among Us recording in. And as for an update wise, I will be going back to work. Should be this upcoming weekend, depending on how the weather is, because we're supposed to get more rain, we're supposed to get more snow, so that's going to affect it right there. So officially, this will be the last Diablo 2 video for the Source Hybrid, and it'll be officially the last video for Among Us for this week. So Wednesday up, there will be no videos because I'm gonna have to get ready to go back to work. So that'll give me some time to actually start adding new videos for the next walkthrough we're going to be doing. And that's some more going to be split into really two different sections because there's like bonus content to it and then there's the actual main storyline. And we're going to start the bonus content first and then we'll do the main storyline. But Among Us will still be on Mondays as long as I'm not busy on Mondays. So let's see what we do. Mercenary wise, nothing really changed except I upped his malice. So now we're using a better polearm glass, a war scythe. That's about it. So besides all of that, let's take on take on Baal. Even farmed Diablo in Chaos Sanctuary, and personally, even with Hydras, it still took a little while to get through. Is mostly trying to keep my mercenary alive than anything else. But as you can see, it's still whittled down the enemies. They're just not instantly killing them quick enough. So, but they're good to use as scouts and stuff like that for your mercenary. And as always, I do apologize for the loud clicking of my mouse. I always got to get those in there. And what else did I say? I'm gonna take these guys out here real quick. Big shout out to one of my friends, Jenador. She gave me a shout out on her channel, Twitch channel yesterday, so I'll definitely make sure give her shout out and put her Twitch channel in the description below. So far, I know she started up her first playthrough of Stardew, so she's kind of like another retro type of gamer. She's cool though. When it comes against the imps and stuff like that, I mean, they come in. I was wondering why they weren't hitting as hard. Have my staff on. That might help a bit. Oh god. And I pretty much get rid of my identifying scroll book just to add more room for any potions or charms. Ooh. 37 extra mana? I would take that. Screw you, Baal. You dick. We got 185. We got more than enough mana. And, of course, after the Among Us video, we're gonna have a League video. And, of course, I'm not gonna spoil that video within these videos, so. But situations like this is where Hydras really come in, especially against squishy enemies like the Stygian Fairies here and stuff like that. I think they're Stygian Fairies. Yeah. Because when you're getting pummeled by goddamn magic like that, it comes pretty handy. Oh, our first shell rune. Awesome. That's a little, like, what, 29 something rune? Gives you increased attack speed and I don't remember what the hell else. I think it's like Pelthogen or something. Can't exactly remember. Faster hit recovery, faster block rate. You have about four Hydras. I mean, 3 at maximum. But if you can get that extra Hydra in there just right at the certain amount of time before it starts to wearing off, you can get like 4 in there. And if you're planning on using Hydras like I am, especially against Travical with the Venom Lords and stuff like that, I highly recommend you actually keep a distance, because just like Fireball, Hydras can still attack an enemy further off screen, so the better you are, you know, the less likely you're going to have to deal with little turds like this, who can almost instantly one-shot you as a sorceress with their little electrical crap. One of the tricks with, if you're struggling against Lister the Tormentor, is you can actually pull him out of the throne room. This is my problem, the goddamn mercenary. If you pull him out of the throne room, Baal will actually go act like Lister got killed, and will actually go into the Throne of Destruction, or whatever the hell it's called, the Rolled Stone Chamber. And you can instantly just skip the fight like that if you're struggling against him, because he can be kind of intimidating. But I mean, since we have the whole static field crap, I mean, Baal should really be no problem. We're heading to 923, so at with full staff like that, and Hydra's are only going like 106, so. But if you figure that's like 106 damage per firebolt that's going out, it kind of adds up. You know, that's what, almost as equal amount of damage as my fireball itself, because it's like 106, so you're thinking that's 3 heads per Hydra, you know. So what, like 318 or something like that? I know I'm not missing one of them. Come on, Baal. Spawn these little turds. Merc, get your ass down here, son. We're gonna throw some fireballs in there. It's kind of a cheeky way of doing it, but I mean, it'll save me having to get pummeled by goddamn Lister. Speaking of Lister, as you can see, they barely damaged him, but this is the easiest way to do things, so. Merc actually stops being an idiot and actually sticks with me here. And that's Lister. Like I said, kind of a cheeky way to do it, but unless you're going in there with static field, you're going to get owned. You know, Lister is basically just a walking tank and almost damn near impossible to kill. Especially if your gear's not good enough. For hell difficulty wise, Lister is immune to physical and fire, I believe. Oh shit, you guys are still alive. I thought you were all dead. I know his little minions are immune to fire. And when you're taking on the Fallen, they're all immune to fire. If you're taking on the Heroic Mummies and crap like that. What the hell is this? 10 alive, 14. That's not bad for level 50. I have no use for it. Their Heroic Skeletons are all immune to poison. The Heroic Mummies themselves are immune to magic. Travical is a mixture between fire and lightning. And so it kind of gives you a little battle description of what you're going to be going against if you try to take them on the hell difficulty. So, get all those repairs and stuff like that. With Baal, we're instantly just going to go in there, static field him, you know, and then just have a mercenary go complete ham on him. So, and then after that, I mean, it should be pretty easy fight to take on Baal. So. As usual, looting that you need to loot. I have my Magifying gear on right now, and as you can see, I didn't get jack shit. Then again, I only have like 60 something Magifying, so. Let me see. That's. Prepare for that. Watch out for his mana burn. Use a little teleport crap. You just teleporting like hell, son. You ain't killing me. We're gonna be hearing him with the throat. He killed my goddamn mercenary, you shit. Won't matter anyways, because your ass is dead. Get that clone out of here. You think it, son? That's what static field does. Boom, Baal, dead. Yeah, so he wasn't much trouble at all. I mean, it literally knocked off like 75% of his health. Actually, probably more than that. Maybe like 85. So, that's Baal. So if you're struggling against him and you're playing the Sorceress, well, that's what you do. So basically, since this is the video, it's probably maybe like 10 minutes or something like crap like that. I didn't even bother keeping track. We are going to keep the Sorceress. Now, what I do plan on doing is keeping the Sorceress as a, I guess kind of like a Magifying Sorceress. I would love to do Chalice runs and take the Sorceress further into like Nightmare and Hell difficulty. If I plan on doing that, I'm actually going to be resetting the Sorceress. I'm going to be making her into a Frozen Orb, because that's going to be your best shot for magic fighting, especially in Nightmare and Hell difficulties. Hell is gonna be a little more difficult because of everything being immune to cold, especially early in the game, with like the rogues and crap like that. Act 2, you really don't have to worry about too many cold immunes, except maybe an Arcane Sanctuary, and that's with the Dark Lords or whatever the hell they're called, the little vampire guys, because they're the main ones that are going to be immune to cold. Everything else is really going to be immune to either magic, which is a rarity, and that's like Lost City wise, or Heroic Mummies. Poison, and lightning. If you go into the Arcane Sanctuary, Hell Clans are going to be immune to fire, Lightning Spirits are going to be immune to lightning and poison, the Ghoul Lords, excuse me, are going to be immune to cold, and then further on, you're going to come across enemies who are just going to be immune to lightning and poison. So with the Frozen Sorceress is going to be super easy. With Act 3, you're going to come across more fire and lightning immunes, especially if you start entering areas like Great Marsh, where you're going to come across Lost Souls, and I explained those in the last video, where they will own any character. Act 4, you're going to come across heavy immunes of fire, especially with like Venom Lords or Pit Lords, especially when you get into Chaos Sanctuary, where Doom Knights are, all of them are immune to fire. Venom Lords are all immune to fire. Bloodream Knights are immune to cold, so that right there is going to be kind of a struggle if you don't have a good mercenary to take them out, or you can just teleport around them. And then you have Stormcasters who are going to be immune to lightning. So, and then when you come into Act 5, that's where you're going to come across more cold immunes than anything else, especially when you get in areas with like Crystalline Passage when you're trying to rescue Anya. Even when you go against the Ancients, where I think each one is immune to like cold and lightning. Some of them are have double, so it's a rarity if any one of them has a single immune, but I think one of them's even immune to like fire and physical. So and then when you come across, you know, Baal Sorcerer, I pretty much explained that. And with Baal, I think Baal, Diablo, and Mephisto, all of them have like 95 resistances or something like that. It's like 75 or 95, all in hell difficulty. So even with static field, I mean, you have to get up close, and they'll still add somewhat of a struggle, but Sorcerer still will have the easiest way because of abilities in static field. And I think in hell difficulty, it knocks them down to like half health. So you'll still have to put up somewhat of a fight, especially when it's like against Diablo, but should be able to instantly win against them. But I'm going to keep the Sorceress. I'm going to remake her into a Frozen Orb once we get to Nightmare mode, and that'd be about that. So this is the last Diablo 2 video for our Sorceress, Hybrid Sorceress, and hope you guys enjoyed it. For otherwise, we have 2 characters left, which is going to be the Barbarian and the Paladin. Those two eventually later on, probably sometime later in the summertime, will eventually get to, because like I said, we're going to be starting our next playthrough of another game, and then but we'll see how that goes. But that's about it. So hope you've been staying safe, healthy, and sanitized. Hope you don't have to deal with snow and allergies like I have to. And think about subscribing, leave comments below, drop a like, and I'll check them all out. Thanks for joining the playthrough. See you guys.